The family of a man killed by federal immigration officers in Minneapolis say he cared deeply about people and was upset by President Trump's immigration crackdown in his city. Alex Pretti, who was 37, was an intensive care nurse for retired soldiers. While he did have a gun, CBS News, the BBC's partner station in the US, notes that US Border Patrol officers did not specify if he had brandished it. Mr. Pretti's family members say he owned a handgun and had a permit to carry a concealed handgun. He's the second person shot dead by federal immigration agents in Minneapolis this month. Now, the BBC has verified these images you're seeing, showing the moments leading up to the fatal shooting. Masked agents are grappling him to the ground before several shots are fired. This video appears to show him before he was shot by an immigration officer. It's not clear at this stage how much time passes between the video and the shooting. You can see one agent puts a hand on the man's torso and walks him backwards towards the pavement. Then in a separate video, shots are fired. Protests have been taking place around the site of the shooting. Law enforcement clashing there with demonstrators and using what appears to be tear gas on the crowd.
What I've been hearing and seeing is that the community has been talking to each other as real people, and these people have come in and been hurting us. They've been attacking us when we've been doing nothing but following the law, peacefully observing, and then they decide to gang up and kill one of us.
What have you been hearing about what happened this morning?
What happened this morning is they tried to go into a restaurant. The restaurant didn't let them in, and a peaceful observer was recording them, and they decided to get aggressive with that peaceful observer. And then when there were 6, 8 of them on top of one person, they decided to shoot them in cold blood.
Democratic officials have reacted furiously to the shooting. The governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz, described the incident as sickening and called on President Trump to end the deployment of ICE agents.
Thank God we have video, because according to DHS, these 7 heroic guys took an onslaught of a battalion against them or something. It's nonsense, people. It is nonsense and it's lies. So my confidence is this, Minnesotans. You know who you are, and you demonstrate it every single day, and we damn sure know who these people are. The American public knows, and this needs to be the event that says enough.
Thousands of ICE agents have been deployed to Minneapolis since the start of the month, and the mayor of the city, Jacob Frey, likened the federal operation to an invasion.
I just saw a video of more than 6 masked agents pummeling one of our constituents and shooting him to death. How many more residents, how many more Americans need to die or get badly hurt for this operation to end? How many more lives need to be lost before this administration realizes that a political and partisan narrative is not as important as American values?
The U.S. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem said the man who was shot had a criminal history. She also criticized Jacob Frey and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz.
This situation and this tragedy did not have to happen. Our law enforcement are doing everything that they can to protect the public. We're praying for this deceased loved one's family and friends, but we also recognize that the Minnesota governor and the Minneapolis mayor need to take a long, hard look in the mirror. They need to evaluate their rhetoric, their conversations, and their encouragement of such violence against our citizens and our law enforcement officers.
It's now the middle of the night in Minneapolis, but people are still gathered at the scene of the shooting. Our correspondent Tom Bateman is there.
Well, this is the spot where Alex Pretti was shot dead, and you can see now a lot of people here. I've seen hundreds come and go over the course of the last few hours. People laying flowers, they've come to light candles and laying them, writing messages, chanting Alex Pretti's name. And I spoke to one woman who described an atmosphere of fear over recent weeks as ICE agents have been carrying out these raids, and saying that she felt she just had to come down here when she saw the video of him being killed. So it was at this spot. There are now multiple videos of the angles here, and I'm going to turn you round down here because a much bigger protest gathered, and there have been hundreds of protesters out during the course of today. Tributes there, but a lot more anger being expressed further down the street. And that talks to the way that you now have this extremely polarized narrative about what happened here today. The Trump administration publishing the pictures of the 9mm handgun that they say Alex Pretti had. They say that he approached officers and had that gun. Although in the video, of course, there is no evidence so far to suggest that there was anything that potentially would have made those officers feel their lives were in danger in terms of what you can see in the video. But of course, all of that is still being looked at and determined. And at the same time, you have the state governor, Tim Walz, you have the local officials and the mayor here accusing those immigration officials of having terrorized this city. That was a word that one of the city officials used here today, continuing to call for ICE to get out, to be withdrawn from this city because of the second fatality in the space of this month alone. And so what you're seeing now is a standoff between the Trump administration on one side and the protesters and the state authorities here on the other. A request from the city now to send in some state National Guard troops because the police themselves are concerned about their ability to continue to keep control in the streets of Minneapolis.